They need to have a say. Otherwise, what you'll end up with a reluctant alim, someone who's not excited about it, not happy about it, and forced into it.
We're going to ask Ustadh Hisham, if someone's son or daughter wants to be an Ustadh or Ustada, what tips does he give?
I'd say 3 simple tips. First one is assess their interest. So if they're not interested, don't force and push them into something that Allah didn't create them for. If he was meant to be a mechanic, let him be a mechanic. Right? Give him the basics. Not everyone's meant to be a alim or a sheikh or a mufti. One can push, but one shouldn't squeeze and force. Second thing is the foundations of all forms of Islamic knowledge start with 2 things: the Quran and Arabic. So if you can give your kids a good foundation in the Quran, memorization, recitation, and understanding the Quran. First, and number 2, you get an Arabic tutor for them. Go to preply.com, find an Egyptian Arabic tutor for $5 an hour. Boom, twice a week. Just get them started. Get them familiar with Arabic. Maybe they're in their teens or something, so they need to know the basics of Islam. If you see interest from them and like keenness, and they're putting in extra hours and they're really interested, now you can start thinking about, what am I going to do for their further studies? Am I going to send them to Darul Uloom in Toronto? Am I going to send them abroad? The principle is to try and exhaust your local resources before you send them go.
Makes sense.
Right? So there's a local Darul Uloom, or there's a local center.
I understand.
They might have some short courses. They might have some 4-week, 8-week, 10-week courses. You start there. You see, like, okay, they're progressing. They want to do more. Right? Have a chat with them. Do you want to consider full-time study? So I would suggest that all children, inshallah, if they have an interest and an potential, they should complete high school. Okay. They should complete a degree.
Right.
You can have a discussion about whether the degree comes first or the Islamic studies full-time comes first.
I understand.
Right? But they need to have some, whether it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, they need some full-time Islamic studies if they really want to make progress.
Progress in that.
Right? And then they can come back and do their secular degree
I understand.
in whatever they want to. And that means that they'll always have a backup option in a profession and a way to make a living, as opposed to being reliant on donations or masjid funds or masjid board.
To be independent,
That's right. Very important thing that while they're young and like between, let's say, 8 and 17, is to find a teacher that they love.
They love. Okay.
So that's just to nurture the love of the deen. To have a teacher that's funny or charismatic or someone they just relate to. And that, then they themselves, I want to learn more. As opposed to saying, beta, tu alim ban jayega. Samajh aa gaya? You don't have a choice in this.
Give them the freedom.
You create create the environment and facilitate such that it naturally becomes organically part of their interest. The teacher, the masjid, the community, classes, you're going, family's going. So they have everything in their environment that, like for me, like my parents were involved in dawah. My father, he founded a weekend school. We used to all go as a family. I used to go and I used to learn. There were teachers, Sheikh McCarthy, Jibreel. These guys should teach me, right? So, wow, I can relate to these guys. I like these guys. Okay, so then one day one of the teachers says, Hisham, you have some potential. Maybe you should go further. So, well, I didn't know I had potential, right? So what do I do next? So you have to learn Arabic. Okay, right. So where do I start? So then, step by step. But now everything is available on the internet. You can find a tutor to teach anything. So you can start giving your kids that one-to-one tuition and investing in their learning.
Perfect. So I think it's very simple. The tools that Ustadh Hisham is talking about, it's more accessible now virtually, and it makes more easier. But he talks about to give the kids an option to understand what they want exactly. Barakallah feek, Ustadh.